CSGO returns to the West Coast and the San Francisco Bay Area, renowned worldwide for the Golden Gate Bridge, its stunning views, and innovation. The Grand Finals will be played in the Oracle Arena, home of the Golden State Warriors, and now host to the highest level of competitive Counter-Strike. Teams from around the world will compete for the prestige of winning an IEM championship. They will also battle forward on their way to claim the first Intel Grand Slam title. Oakland is the second major CSGO tournament in this 12th series of the Intel Extreme Masters, hosting the champions of IEM Sydney, SK Gaming, and American powerhouses Team Liquid and Cloud9. This tournament is the final stop before the IEM World Championship in Katowice, Poland. This is a tournament to be remembered. This is IEM Oakland.
All right then, Oaktown. I got a fever! A fever that can only be cured by a grand final. And that is what we have here today. Who's ready for a grand final? You ain't ready? Who's ready? You damn right we are. We have two teams playing off for this trophy, a name on the IEM trophy. And if we take it by the stats, this whole grand final is going one way only. But this here in Oakland, this is Warrior Ground. You're going to have two teams coming out, battling on stage to be called the IEM 2017 Oakland Champions. I love you too. I was in my flow. Let me get back to it. We have an amazing crowd. Over the past 2 days, you have been intense. It is a really intimidating atmosphere. Let me hear how loud you can be. That is what our teams are about to hear. One team that wants to retain this championship. One team that wants to come here and stomp. They have looked imperious. They want a second title to go for the Grand Slam. So let's welcome out our teams. But first, I want to hear you shake the roof. Oakland, are you ready? Please welcome our first team. It's NiP. So it's get right, said, go big or go home. They are taking on the absolute rock star of FaZe Clan. Right then, two teams on stage, 10 players ready to go head to head. Let's do some Counter-Strike. Your IEM 2017 Oakland Grand Final is the Ninjas in Pajamas taking on the FaZe Clan.
Go big or go home, prestige, legacy, and a whole lot of video games. It is the grand final of IEM Oakland 2017. The first map is going to be a bit of a blockbuster. They have been given cobblestone. We get to see the Ninjas in Pajamas on a map. They're comfortable on FaZe, however, looking a little worse for wear.
Definitely so, Alex. And if you want to know, this FaZe team wants to build that legacy they're talking about and prove that they're a true 7-map pool team. This is a great place for them to start taking on NiP, who have historically been fantastic at this map. Innovative. They've had a fantastic understanding of the map, the rotations, all the little details. These are the guys who brought in the jump smoke scenario based off threat. They were able to fake off of that, and they almost built, you know, a legacy on this map earlier in the year.
It's also listening to Get Right with Stunner just now. He's saying that they feel super prepared for this game and throughout the tournament. That's one of their main strengths, right? The preparation they put into. But FaZe is a bit of an unknown entity on Cobblestone because they ban it for the majority of the time. You're not really sure what their style is going to be. Are they going to be super individualistic with Olofmeister on that B platform? I mean, he's known for that T-side play. Then you have Guardian, the second new addition. He's known for his CT-sided play with that AWP. So those are two very, very important players for FaZe coming into this one. And for NiP, it's about starting off strong individually. Otherwise, FaZe can just bully you on the server.
What we've seen from Cobblestone so far for NiP has been Rez going for the entry frags at platform, right? Almost Olaf-esque in a way. He's kind of taken that mantle, and he did a fantastic job throughout the group stage, getting those opening kills, and then they're just able to swarm onto that B-bomb side.
I mean, he's the most successful entry fragger of the tournament, but now you have to play against FaZe, right? That's where it gets really difficult coming into the bomb side, and you know, we've seen Rez being able to get 2 or 3 kills and win a round by himself. That's going to be much more difficult when you're going against the likes of, you know, Nico, all of Guardian, Rain.
And the fact that you still just put those names in the same team still baffles me. These are individuals that in their own right in previous rosters was the focal point. They were the focus, they were the star, and now somehow by some twist of fate and a whole lot of FaZe Clan money, they've managed to come together in a unit and perform. This was not something that people had expectations for. In fact, Chad, you did not believe FaZe would be at this stage when you saw that roster.
No, not at Malmo. You know, they looked like just a team who didn't know their direction. Now they've come together, they've shown me, they've shown the world that these are the, you know, players who can play Counter-Strike and not have to give room to each other. They all can go for plays. They all have impact. They can all be stars in their own right. And this is in the same server, in the same map. It's insane.
I mean, talk about, you know, entry fragging against FaZe Clan. I mean, this adds a whole extra element. Get Right says they're prepared. How much can you prepare for having to win Angels against 5 of the best players in the world?
I think more than anything, you have to be prepared mentally, right? What we've discussed in a sense that you are going to lose some rounds that you're not supposed to lose, but you just need to deal with it and give yourself the best opportunity to win over the course of a series. And one of the strengths for NiP when Threat initially joined the team was he added a lot of discipline to the team, especially in those anti-eco and anti-force buy rounds, Alex. And for FaZe, they're a team that likes to invest in those rounds because they are so successful with the pistols and even when they don't have ideal weaponry. So if NiP can really go back to that discipline and nail those rounds down, that can give them a serious advantage in the whole economy game.
They're definitely going to be challenged in that regard as well. FaZe, they don't back down. They don't take a step back. They buy those deagles. They get the scouts up, the CZs. They can make it work with any weapon. We saw that yesterday against Cloud9. That was a tussle. That was back and forth. And every time FaZe came out on top, they were able to pull off 1v1s, the 4Ks we saw coming in from Karrigan. Every single player had impact for FaZe. And if they're able to, you know, even if they lose pistol, this is the team that said, we have a second pistol. You know, they just grab the deagles and they just get it done.
No one gets away with it like FaZe Clan do. The Desert Eagle, a weapon that we just saw a full montage from one game, one best of 3. Yeah. And they just found a way to beat Cloud9 with the sidearm.
So even Rain, you don't even think of Rain as a guy that has a sick deagle, right? It's Nico first and foremost, and then maybe a little bit of Guardian and Olofmeister. And Rain shows up against Cloud9 yesterday, wins 2 basically eco rounds with just his deagle. It's insane.
Absolutely. And I mean, you consider as well that with this, it kind of throws NiP's preparation out the window if suddenly you just an inexplainable deagle headshot.
Yeah, their mental coach has been helping them stay prepared for all scenarios. Like, that's one of the main points from their interview yesterday. And if they can do that, you know, if they can not get flustered by losing those ecos, they could be on hot.
It's time then to jump in. Make some noise, the Oracle Arena. It's your grand final. FaZe Clan versus the Ninjas in Pajamas, and we jump in on Train.
Thank you very much, Alex. Absolutely. It is time. Grand Finals, IEM Oakland. It's NiP versus FaZe Clan. NiP to start on the CT side, FaZe on the T side. Ladies and gentlemen, for one more time, make some noise! We'll get into it. 4 sets of armor, the smoke and Molotov, and it's going to be FaZe heading towards the B-bomb side.
And the only map FaZe has a losing record on with this roster, and that's because they're only 0-1. They've only played it once. So NiP don't exactly have it easy, but their best chance in the series to get a good start. Rez already up underneath the archway. Has Guardian thinking of throwing a Molotov toward him, but he likes to go to the stairs instead. That gives Rez a very fine window to fight in, and he takes it and takes control of the situation. Goes 1 for 1 as he burns after Guardian gets him down, but in the meantime, they split through the drop. Bomb still back toward B tunnels, but they can control the A site and control the rotation. All they need to do is find the one remaining NiP player in Draken.
He's got a lot of work to do here. He steps up, finds the first headshot, takes down one of the key players for FaZe. It's going to be Nico hitting the deck, and the bomb makes his way towards middle. Draken will be dropped by Karrigan. It's a 3-on-3 of Exist, trying to stop the cross.
Exist trying desperately. Having Draken get one single kill, though, gives them a much better chance. It slowed them down. If the Heat had gone down and put them into a 4 versus 3 with an easy access to the bomb site, it might have been a tougher task for NiP. Exist is the one with the kit. Forrest gets to the door. SP to fire inside of the site, and GetRight tries to contribute by doing the same. A little timid to try and work in. The fact is, Exist has now gone down at the top of the balcony. They have to wrap back around to get toward the kit. The fact that he took the duel and no one was able to trade, GetRight has to go that direction just to get to it. And Forrest takes the fight to Kerrigan. That's going to work. That's going to hold it off. That'll allow GetRight to get the kit and get to the site. And they take down Olaf in the process.
The old guard stepping up, Forrest and GetRight on the retake there. Managing to defuse the bomb. It's going to be quite close, but it looks like it's safe. And NiP will pay the first round on the board. They draw first blood. And FaZe with a successful approach there towards the A bomb. They had full control with Draken buying them so much time with that first frag. He allowed the rotations to come through.
And Exist might have been better to take the duel jumping off the balcony. Just get in the site and take it. If he's going to peek, if he's going to try and get in that situation, the fact that he dropped the kit where he did, GetRight had to climb back through the vent, go up the stairs to grab it, and then kill Olaf. It only came down to about a second in difference. If he'd gone down to the inside of the balcony, they could have just gone directly to the battle.
Well, we're coming out swinging in the first map. FaZe can have force port in the second round after getting the bomb down in the pistol. They're here to win, and they're going to be challenged by Reds once again at the upper platform. Finds the first kill with the MP9. He'll take down Olaf Meister, and NiKo trying to recover the situation. Throws the Molotov towards a chicken coop. Surely he can't find an opening here.
Rez up close, flashed off. Manages to dodge it, turn it around, and down goes NiKo as well. The UMP gone, clean sweep. Good hold, NiP.
Rez looks like he's going to turn up once again today. Finding the frags, the aggression at the very start of the upper platform. Takes down one, gets all the information required. Digs himself into a hole, and his teammates can take all the aggro away. The M4 is doing their work at range, and that's what they're designed to do. 2-0, and that was the force buy. We noted it because usually when the bomb goes down in the pistol, you're forcing the AKs down in the third. This was a gamble from FaZe, and one that did not pay off whatsoever. Not a single kill picked up, no bomb going down. It goes without saying, we're into a full eco in round number 3.
And it speaks to how aggressive FaZe want to be in this series. They know they've got the individual skill. Why not try the early buy immediately and early on? Really damage as well toward Guardian. He gets tagged to 25 through the smoke. Nade almost catches him out. But a slower play this time as they let Rain try and assess what's going on toward Long with that Deagle. Nade follows up. Good damage. GetRight.
Here we go.
He found the nade kill, the spray down. And NiP once again don't even let them near the bomb site. 3-0. And we get back to standard procedure as bombs in the first round, force buy in the second, guns now in the fourth.
Crowd starting to come to life now. Clean sweep once again from NiP. Remember, FaZe coming that force buy in the second round means they can't have the AWP here. Guardian has been stifled as we enter round number 4. It's a bit of a bonus situation for the Ninjas. They've got 1 UMP, a max 7 for GetRight, which can be very powerful on this particular map. And we go towards the B bomb site once again. All 5 players for FaZe on this side of the map, and we've got a boost from NiP towards drop down. GetRight wants to get up close and personal with the max 7.
Yeah, that's one way to get the max 7 up close. As Rez plays Hobbit Hole, swings out but can't follow up. Forrest does manage to find Guardian through the smoke toward the window and the boost all the way. He's not just waiting to see if they would go to drop, he's going to get behind them. He'll hold position for now! Headshot to Kerrigan, they turn it around. He can't follow up and find Rain. They were close together, but Forrest is still able to swing inside of the site. NiKo has it down to a one-on-one with Forrest, the first full gun round. Massive if NiP are able to win this as well. It's a full fourth, well, not a full, but a 4th round loss bonus with no plants. And NiKo's going to try and one up Forrest's position. And it should work. He's staring inside of the site, knowing bomb's down. NiKo's behind it. Forrest has to consider. He has it. And NiKo finds his 3rd kill in the round. They pull it back after the early boost, but this was a bonus from NiP. They'll be able to buy again.
Absolutely. They're going for a double orb instead of moving forward. It's a nice move from NiKo, but only 1 player surviving. They're still very limited going into round number 5 here. 2-bit he move to Counter-Strike going toe-to-toe there. Forrest versus NiKo. That's going to be a battle that's ongoing as we get deeper into this best of 5. Draken and Forrest to bring out the AWPs. As you can see, FaZe with a pistol, a UMP. They're so weak here. Rain of no utility whatsoever. If NiP can force this round out of them, it'll be a double eco going forward. FaZe a little slower this time. We're going straight towards B. It's a default. Waiting for any sort of CT aggression, but NiP have got such a huge advantage here.
Slow down. And in some ways, with the 4th round bonus, a 3-1 reset. It's almost more beneficial to extend the lead for NiP. Now send NiKo first. GetRight knows it. Molotov and a spray as well as Rez got in position from the window side. That's pretty good teamwork. Rain will start to try and figure out what's going on toward A. Instead, good shot. Exist walked back into it. Didn't necessarily have to do that, but the AK-47, one of two, finds the kill. Forced on the second op. Finds a good shot in return. He'll fall back down. Stables as Get Right's ready inside APC. Unfortunately, flashed off. He's got no further shots to fire as Kerrigan's able to take him down the open. And a stuck position. An AWP stuck at the cannons is never going to help because they get the angle as they walk in. Olaf follows up. It's Kerrigan immediately to take down Rez, and it's Draken. Good find at least to get Olaf, but in a one-on-one.
Another 1v1 situation. Draken has been great this tournament for NiP. One of his first showings on the big stage here. He's up against one of the legends of the game, Kerrigan. Now upgrading to the M4A4. Draken has no kit to work with here, waiting for the mistake to be made.
The fact that Get Right was caught in the open and Forrest didn't fully get back inside of the site, he had nowhere to go, really cost them dearly. As another bomb plant comes through, Draken sticks with the AWP. He's elected to do so as he fires up. Can't quite catch Kerrigan. He'll get in behind the APC instead. It's a flash from far. Draken does not have a kit. There is one down. Now he's picked it up on the way by. Shotgun AWP does not land. Kerrigan hits the shot. 3-2 FaZe Clan pull immediately back in.
A round where they had one AK, UMPs and pistols. It comes down to another 1v1 and Draken without the kit. He flushes him out. The perfect Molotov. It's on your screen right now. It couldn't be better for him. He misses the shot, the one that really matters right here. He normally hits the flicks, but that was a big miss. And Kerrigan goes to the APC. The no-scope doesn't connect. And then NiP have got one more buy left. It's not a strong one. We've got two M4s, a couple of UMPs, and the Deagle here. FaZe Clan still can be broken. It's worth forcing into this one. If NiP can somehow win this, they're right back into it. The Orb's out for Guardian. That's where things become very dangerous indeed.
Vote for Guardian and a last-ditch effort from NiP to hold on to the economic standpoint. Little tree boost, therefore. They'll put Get Right up. Draken will transfer back over closer to the drop room instead.
Remember, this is an interesting way to kick off this best of 5. FaZe rarely play this map. NiP very comfortable on it. If they can get a good start here, they're going to be in great stead to actually take this to 5 maps.
It's also an interesting approach from FaZe as well to just get it out of the way early in some respects.
Yeah.
The fact that it comes in so early, yes, okay, it gives momentum to NiP, which they're going to need. But FaZe can turn around, dust it off, and then just play it as if that never existed and try and continue on with the series and presumably go for a 3-0 sweep if the time comes, because that's got to be their ambition. Back-to-back Grand Slam wins if they're able to pull this off. For FaZe, Olaf certainly is. He is famous for walking out the B platform and finding entrances. Fnatic used to even rely on it. As Nico gets down drop, he'll find Get Right inside of the site. Rain holds for the flank. Round, okay, not quite done, but exists tag down to 19. It's pretty much over. FaZe Clan going to find their third to tie the game.
FaZe looking clinical now. Everyone's starting to hit their shots. You're absolutely right. Olaf Meister is an absolute animal on the upper platform of the B bomb site. It's Exist. They know exactly where he last was. He's going to be towards long air. Nico, hungry as ever, will take him down on the hunt. That was the force fight from NiP, losing 3 rounds in a row now, almost certainly going to be on an eco. I think we've called a tactical timeout. We have indeed. Scoreline currently 3-3. FaZe knowing the eco will be coming through. They'll pick up the MAC-10s. I'll be in the hands of Rain, and here's the opening picks from Olaf Meister. CT's had to be aggressive here. They've got the lesser weaponry. The UMP's at close range, but Olaf doesn't miss a beat.
Kerrigan during the timeout, trying to get the crowd to clap. He's having some fun already, looking pretty relaxed on stage.
He is a bit of a showman.
Going for the Icelandic clap. There's some good relations between Iceland and Denmark.
Everyone here's toxic. Everyone's toxic but me.
Let's go. So we'll get back underway momentarily as the pause comes to an end now. Coaches go back into silence. And NiP, I think, will rest on this with no investment. One flash, I suppose. Why not for Exist, but otherwise nothing at all. Concede the round and naturally give up the lead to FaZe, pending any massive blunder on their part. Rain, in fact, even goes to the MAC-10 to try and assess exactly where the pistols will be. He can run forward and be sacrificial in the play.
We've seen this before from NiP, the aggressive push towards middle. It worked successfully early in the tournament. Doesn't look like it'll yield the same results today. They do get 1 kill, courtesy of Forrest with the silenced USP, but will have to fall back. They know exactly where he is, and this should be a very easy round now for FaZe to close out. Forrest can be a bit of a pest with the USP, but it's unlikely anyone gives him an opportunity to even get close. This should be the end of it. Rain with the MAC-10 farms an extra $600 there. There was the full eco. As I said, NiP have had success with that before. It's the surprise tactic, focusing on middle, then the backstab from long A. Usually finds a couple of kills, but this time only good for 1. We will have another buy available for NiP. It seems their focus wants to be on this double AWP setup. Draken, of course, the main AWP. Forrest is secondary. We'll see whether he can rise to the occasion against one of the world's best here. Guardian on Cobblestone. The MAC-10 will stay in the hands of Rain, and that's actually very beneficial. They've got 3 players without helmets right now. Draken doesn't even have armor whatsoever, so that MAC-10 can do a lot of damage. And Olofmeister fast towards B once again, trying to open things up. He'll be flashed, but he is behind the box safely.
Yeah, inside of the box, in the smoke, he can use it to his advantage. Alex not too falls off instead, doesn't want to get utility deployed. He's sitting out there. Open, good play from Rez, finds both get right. Assists on the Rain kill, that pulls it back to their favor, but Forrest misses a sitter from the chicken coop, and that's going to be a problem because there's no one else to cover off the angles. He'll make up for it. He'll find Kerrigan on his own as Rez finally slips up the alley, but he slips up in general because Olaf's in a position to take him down, follows up with a pistol, the flank from Exist. It doesn't work. They have to hit those shots. NiP can't afford to miss anything against the skillful FaZe clan.
Absolutely. Now it's up to Draken once again. Remember, no armor up against Guardian and Olofmeister. The bomb not planted, but Guardian takes his pick, and he'll be taken down. All of a sudden, it's a 1 versus 1. Olofmeister, the pressure applied on his side of the server. He's yet to recover the bomb, and Draken suspects it's going to be an A-sided attack.
It's almost the opposite of what we saw Forrest when he was in a one-on-one where he thought he had the alleyway covered and Nico had already crossed. Draken is assuming that the bomb's already been recovered, and because Olaf hasn't shown FaZe from long and so long, and he's already left. So now it's going to become a retake. AWP, despite that Olaf, and obviously not communicated, is on 32. They wouldn't have known they tagged him so low. Toward a B site, and Olaf naturally, based on the position as well, is going to know. He was gone toward A. So with 1 smoke thrown, 1 smoke picked up, he covers off likely choke points. Draken does slip in after the one dissolves on the doorway, but the closer he gets, the tougher it is for the AWP. And Olaf's playing this very cleverly. Smoke goes down toward the bomb. He'll try and get backside. 10 seconds. He spots him, but he can't get the shot. 10 seconds is a problem. It's already gone. Round's already done. Draken knows it. At this point, he's just going to try and take Olaf down with him. And in fact, they both should go down with the bomb with Olaf on 32, but it gives a 5th straight round to FaZe.
Good attempt by Draken there. Olofmeister, you're absolutely right. That was a very, very intelligent play. Drops the smoke beneath the tree. The assumed play there is he's going to be on the upper platform, and Draken's trying to sniff him out. He's not going to walk through that smoke with the AWP. Forrest will have to watch on as his teammate goes down, and Olofmeister once again delivering the goods. 5-3 now, another eco for NiP. We do have the MAC-10 out once again for Olofmeister, the player that just was successful there. The rounds are being very closely contested, remember, so it's FaZe. Yes, they have got 5 rounds in a row, but they're being kept modest here. As we have the Deagles out once again. It's Forrest who's been an absolute master with the Desert Eagles so far. There's CZ in the hands of Get Right as well. No particular stack coming in. We've got 3 players towards B. Forrest and Exist patrolling A.
Draken knows that they're pushing through, backs off at the time that might have had the headshot, but still finds it. That'll work. Kerrigan goes down. Guardian, good shot in return as always, but they overlook Get Right somehow as they go down. Olaf with his back turn. He's able to get 1 before Nico realizes the situation and turns the attention of the AK. So oddly enough, 3 versus 3, but no guns available to NiP, and Forrest plummets as well. It's just 2 Deagles and no further movement from FaZe. They know the situation. Might as well play out the time before they have to force their hand. Guardian's waiting for Rez to show face, but with a Deagle, unlikely he goes for the full peek unless he wants information, so it would be a fast shouldered peek, but unfortunately, I think Guardian's got that lineup so well, and he's so fast, he can still go down.
Rez could deliver a deadly shot here. Let's see what he's got. Misses the first. Can't find anything just yet. Needs to connect one of these to stand a chance. They haven't got time to fall back towards A now. The brawl will happen on the B side. And it looks like FaZe will have quite the comfortable affair as they find both kills. A chance there for something interesting, but overall, that is going to be 6 rounds in a row now for FaZe since losing the pistol. NiP back on the double AWP setup. It hasn't really worked for them in the gun round so far, but that's where they want to be. Forrest considered one of the world's best riflers, and with the AWP, he can be decent, but I'd prefer him to be rifling with the rest of the unit.
Guardian continues on the AWP, but Draken gets aggressive toward long. 6 straight rounds now for NiP. FaZe starting to control the pace a little bit more and slow things down even in the last round based on the early pistol kills this time, obviously because they want to figure out what the gun situation is, if you will, positioning, and if there's a double op up on the NiP side.
Classic default from FaZe coming through towards long A. It's up to Draken to defend. He has got the AWP flashed off, going to be backed up by Exist as he looks towards danger. But Guardian, he's coming as well. He's got the AWP looking for that first pick. Exist might be taken down, but a good smoke is to hold them at bay. They can boost above that if they want to.
To. Rain will be the one to go up with an AK though. The AWP and Rain finds it, tagged at 10. So close, and Draken's got problems. He's stuck inside the middle. Somehow he hits a shot. He's stuck in the doorway as well. Very awkward and stressful moment, but Draken somehow finds one. He'll extinguish the Molotov immediately, but he's still stuck behind enemy lines because that territory is now taken. He has to hit an incredible shot quickly when they walk in the door. Fires too soon. Baited out by Rain. Yeah, very smart stuff from Rain. That shows the shoulder, baits the shot out, gives them the 4-on-3 situation. Have to get right though, looking for the double spray. He'll get it, drop the bomb. And all of a sudden, NiP have a chance to pick up their first gun round here. It's Rain low, but Guardian, he's got full health on the AWP, but 20 seconds remain. What a situation to turn in Get Right's favor. Turned one yesterday that didn't work out. This one seems better off as Rain goes down 10 HP. He tried to bait himself toward Draken. And that one worked out for him, so even with the 10 HP, he survived, and Guardian's left with very little. There's still a buy left over, 7 seconds, he'll have to save. I don't think they'll chase because NiP needs the money as well, but they finally get around on the board. 3 players staying alive. This does mean a reset, which is partially why they cannot afford to chase. Not only was there not money in the banks, but they need to build it up quickly. An A-sided attack there from FaZe Clan. The default dissecting the halls and towards danger. They managed to get the first pick there. Zista went down, but Get Right holding strong towards middle. Takes the duel, flashbang coming through, gets the double kill, drops the bomb, applies the pressure. Timer running down. And the Orbs clean things up. 6-4, you're absolutely right. Plenty of money left over for FaZe here for another full buy. They head towards B. This won't be this default. It looks like an execution right away with one player focusing towards middle. That's Carrigan, and Guardian opens things up towards B. Rez goes down straight away. Do they fully commit? Maybe not. They might bide their time here. Guardian looking for the second pick. As the flashbangs come through, we need to hit this shot, and we will. Good shot, and transfers his angle. Guardian was still staring down the safe side. A good play from Draken, who realized he could find another pick immediately, and he's got a third as well. Kerrigan's gone. He's got everything in the round so far, eventually taken out by Rain, but it's still a situation that is favorable. Thank you, Forrest, for making it so, as Nico is left in a 1 versus 2. Tough times with the bomb down inside of the site, but Nico has won already a 1 versus 1 in this game. And he's more than capable of winning a 1 versus 2, or is he? Forrest on the secondary op shuts him down as well. Now it's starting to become clear as to why they want to be on the double AWP situation. It's Draken there, holding strong, and a statue finds 3 important kills for us to close things out. Nico likes a challenge, you're absolutely right there. 2 versus 1, certainly capable of getting it, but Forrest manages to nail the shot. Here's the replay of Draken. Missed a couple of shots earlier on in the half, but certainly making up for it now. That's much better, and we go to 6-5 as NiP convert 2 rounds in a row. We'll have a timeout now for FaZe just to work out where they sit in terms of the financial situation. They do have enough to get a weak buy up there. 3 players of AK armor, but we've got Nico down to 2K, Carrigan as well, hovering just beneath 4. So they probably will buy into this. It just won't be as strong as it could be. A UMP comes out for the in-game leader. I don't think we'll have the AWP this time. So this could be more of a faster pace strategy or a straight up set piece as Wall smokes towards B and try and get in there. That would be the best counter to the double AWP situation they're up against right now. Put the smokes down, segregate the CTs, and apply a lot more pressure to them. So SMGs for Nico and Kerrigan.
Exist is left spawn without a weapon.
Yes, he has.
He's in danger right now with a USP only. I don't think he realizes. He just realized now he's going back to spawn, or is he staying on the USP?
Is there one down in spawn? I'm sure there is.
He must know he's only got the USP out now.
Surely not.
Either way, we go towards B. It's going to be Rez to open things up. He'll take down all of Meister. NiP, they don't even need weapons, it seems. They're going to find 3 kills to open things up here. We will have a response from Guardian and Nico as we get into the 3-on-2. Remember, Exist doesn't have a single weapon here as he goes with a retake.
He just didn't even buy either. It wasn't like he threw a gun away and didn't pick his back up and didn't realize. He just forgot to buy. Draken sits to wait. Another 2 versus 2, and one that could be huge in terms of resetting the economy. Okay, fair enough, Exist. You have just a USP. You find an important kill on Nico, and now you have a chance to reset. He will eventually go down. Draken, AWP, how does he not realize? Where's the communication? As he doesn't look back, Guardian gets away. He has the bomb as well. He can run this to the A site. Molotov to hold off Draken from chasing him down, now on 3 HP. 1 bullet would have put him out of commission. It's a situation where you'd almost expect him to keep the AWP based on his HP so he could just get the 1 shot and get it over with, but he's gone to the AK instead. What
An absolute nightmare round has been for NiP. It's Guardian now with the advantage. Draken low, he comes storming up towards middle, has no kit once again. He's left in another clutch, almost an identical situation to before. He spots Guardian, this time he comes out on top, and somehow Exist gets away without buying into the round. I have no idea, I can't explain that one to you. He had 4K residual cash, he could have got the pistol. He bought armor though, he bought the nades, he bought the defuse kit. He just didn't buy a rifle. What just happened there?
And still finds a kill on Nico. Gets taken down by Guardian, and Draken just doesn't even respond to it. I mean, that was a bizarre round, and somehow NiP pulled it off. And what an important round it was as well. To lose this round, their money would have been gone. Half could have slid away from them entirely. They now tie it on 6 and break down the economy.
There was another B split, and luckily Get Right seems like he's on form today. 2 more important kills for him. And what was one of the most interesting rounds of the tournament so far. I can't really explain it. We're getting to round number 13. This looks like a partial buy from FaZe. A rush towards long A, trying to find one of those orbs, get up close and personal. Guardian to lead to charge, pushes through the flames. Olofmeister comes out on top, and the fragging begins. Forest will return the favor towards Carrigan, and they're going to commit towards A.
Shot from Forest. In fact, just as he was really ready to let go of the trigger and swap to the pistol, his last bullet finds the head of Nico. That drops bomb, and it's going to drop more than that. Olaf down as well, just pistols. Guardian manages to pick up an M4. Can't do much with it at all. As they spray down, and NiP take back the lead 7-6. FaZe Clan will buy back in once more. Guardian naturally onto his desired weapon.
Of course. We've got a game on our hands, man. This is not going to be a
Fantastic.
blowout. This is the same story for NiP,
NiP.
right? They early stages of each map we've seen this tournament, they go down like 6-1, 7-1, and they start pulling it back. Now they have the lead once again. Some big clutches coming through once again from the young players. Round number 14 will have a boost towards danger there. Draken patrolling. It's going to be Forest up in that position. No double orb this time. Draken spots the legs of Rain. Can't connect the shot, and he'll fall back. They're just trying to bait Forest in the best they can here.
And not even just that, you had Draken with Exist there too, so they went for an early stack. This will cause some dynamics for the Op in Draken's hands. He gets back toward top middle. Not much pressure toward B, but because they're down 1 man, they get a little aggressive on B platform. The only place that's wide open is drop.
NiP have been very strong in the last few rounds towards B. That's why they focused towards A, hoping they will lure FaZe into this trap they've got set up towards long A. It's up to Forest to be baited in. We'll have a smoke towards middle to buy Guardian a little bit of space here, but NiP will throw one at his feet. He's now existing towards danger. Can hear the footsteps around him. Needs to find this first shot. He'll connect, but the orb will take him down. Equal for now. 4-4. We have 2 smokes remaining for FaZe. Carrigan and Olof to work out where they go next. We'll head towards the B bomb site. It's Get Right, who's been incredibly strong to defend the final B attack that will come through. We have got drop-down control for Nico.
Rez to watch the window. They've gone there. Nico might get out as well because Rez has to pedal into the site. He's willing to support Get Right's position and give it up. That means the rotation has to come through from Rez faster. As Get Right's ready for them to drop it in the air. Hit the shot! Rez follows up. In fact, Rez got both. He found the spray. He helps Get Right. He finds the third. It's just Nico remaining. Stuck inside of the drop, and Draken's gotten in close. AWP swings wide, and Nico's not ready for that peek. It's NiP to find back-to-back.
This is why NiP have been so dangerous in this tournament so far. The teamwork is just looking so good. Rez, especially with that AK-47, we didn't catch it, but it sounded very impressive, the AK-47. He's up against Nico in the drop-down position. Not an easy area to hold, and he'll take down 2 players and set them up quite nicely for round number 15 here. It's 8-6 overall, and FaZe Clan in the final round of the first half will have 2 pistols, 2 SMGs, 1 rifle in the hands of Guardian. That's a Galil. They head back towards the B site, and FaZe have been humbled here on Cobblestone. NiP have looked fantastic, and they'll hold them off once again when the flames drop to the upper platform.
So Rain ready to bounce the smoke over top. Olaf already wants to make contact with the pistol. He's limited by the Molotovs, and Get Right's going to sit to wait to see who pushes through. It's Nico that walks directly into his face and gets taken down. Good shot, Sword Hobbit by Guardian. They bait out a shot, but Existed Forest have the crossfire. 9-6. NiP, after winning pistol and then losing 6 rounds in a row, they've managed to pull it back.
Well, if that half is anything to go by, this is going to be one fantastic grand final here. 9-6 at half. NiP have the lead. We'll take a quick break and see if FaZe can get back into this one. Do not go anywhere.
Cobblestone was always going to be NiP's best chance to take the series lead early. But a first half certainly does prove that to be true. 9-6 after winning the pistol, but then losing 6 straight to FaZe. They've managed to recover.
The thing is, FaZe didn't look comfortable in those round victories. If you think about it, almost every single one came down to a clutch situation, 1v1, and obviously that's where FaZe excels. NiP have looked like the better team overall, and they'll have to lead for now. 9-6 as we go into the second half. There will be 2 smokes available and a 4-man approach towards the A-bomb side. Rain will spot it. He'll call for rotations, but Guardian goes down to the HE grenade. A little bit of backup from Get Right there to soften him up. It looks like they're fully committing. We have got one player waiting towards the drop-down area, but now he's been removed by Olof. We'll have to commit towards the A side. We've got smokes towards Connector coming through any second. And now Carrigan trying to challenge, but will take a bullet to the face.
Great shot, Olof. That really changes the complexion of the approach. Much better chance for FaZe rotation, much harder entrance for NiP. To dig towards Carrigan certainly helps, but Rez is going to swing around. I don't think they've realized in the smoke. Rain does, and Rez still hits it. That puts pressure on the players inside of the balcony. Through the smoke, it's Forrest sneaks in behind them. What a play. Rez just pushes everyone toward Forrest. More awkward than Chewbacca inside a garbage dispenser, but it's Olof in behind Rez. Patience, and somehow he finds Exist. He's gotten all 3 kills so far for FaZe. And there's a kit down where Carrigan perished, but it's Forrest instead waiting, and he'll find it. NiP wins 2 straight pistols.
Very good attempt there from Olofmeister. Smart play towards middle. That one player walked by for as long as possible. Took 2 down. But Forrest ready and waiting towards our balcony position. He'll find the final frag. Good pounce by NiP. Soon they got the opening pick on Guardian. They're straight in there. Smoke towards the connector. Flashing through. Finding the shots required. Completely swarming that A-bomb site. Definitely a chance for Olof to win that one, but a little bit too much of a reach towards the end. And we will have the force buy once again. Just to note, Guardian all in. CZ and Armor. They're going to have to win this round. If they don't, he's going to be limited in that first go round. He'll be out without the AWP. CZ's, Deagles, no nades, no kits. NiP with 3 rifles here, preparing for the firepower they'll be up against him in round number 2 here. It's Rez to open things up. What a tournament he's had, map. Every single round he seems to have impact for NiP. And he'll find the first task of getting into a 5-on-4. That's the best way to win his anti-ecos. Hold up, wait for aggression to come through the CTs. Just like that, Rain will come out on top. This one, Nico chimes in with Deagle kill. And this is why FaZe are so deadly. So much skill available with these pistols, and Nico looking for a couple more shots here.
Rain's on 1 HP. Nico gets naded down to 45, has armor. Got the lead on the FaZe side.
Smoke off the box will limit any angle which Nico can try and take advantage of with the Deagle, but it's funneled back over toward A instead. No one really moving on FaZe's side because they have no information with those smokes down, including one that was on top of drop. I think that's dissipated at this point, but regardless, they're pushing through bottom middle with Forrest to lead the way. Get Right's the one with the bomb. Rez and Forrest should be the front lines. Second rotation does make it to the site. Rain is not going to peek unless he absolutely has to from Stables. He's so vulnerable behind the wood, but only if they have the information that he's there. As Nico starts to approach the flank as well. Forrest inside of the site, spots one. Now that's when Nico approaches. Forrest wasn't ready for it. Deagle finds yet another kill. Carrigan's followed it up. It's suddenly down to Get Right, and he's gone as Rain picks up the CZ from a range.
A team normally celebrated for their resilience in the anti-eco situations. NiP give it up to the CZs and Deagles of FaZe there. It was Rain to find the second frag. They're actually in a 5-on-4 situation to kick that one off, and Nico finding prowess with the Desert Eagle at the B bomb site. They commit towards A. It was a nice approach, but nice defensive positions from FaZe there. Like you said, Rain behind the Stables. They're on the bomb site, and if he couldn't do the shots, they finally committed. And it'll be 10-7 as FaZe fight back here. Deagle's armor, no nades, and we'll head towards the B bomb site. Can't fully commit. The Flames will keep them at bay, at least exist for now. And they'll be looking for similar openings as to what FaZe found in the previous round. See if the Deagles can do any work here on Cobble.
Molotov that doesn't do anything. It's timed. Shallowly thrown. It does make note of the fact he spots Carrigan toward the window, who will back off and get toward the B site instead. So standard 3-2 on both sides of the map. Off shoulder sticks out. Won't go much beyond that. It would have been interesting to see if he focused on the res, if Exist was able to pop out and do some further damage. Nade's gonna go through. That'll do minor amounts. In fact, just 7 to Exist. Good shot. Nico finds res. Good shot. Forrest finds Rain.
Yeah, he's been unbelievable, the Deagle so far, and he continues to find headshots here, brings it to a 3-on-3. They've got a chance to get the bomb down here. It's up to Carrigan to try and stop them. Can't find the shot. Forrest with the 3rd kill of the round. Now they have the advantage.
That is knowing exactly what kills me. He gets 2 in the site, he knows there's going to be no one there. Gets the M4 and runs immediately to the first point of rotation to follow it up. Olaf's down as well, they could respond. NiP with 22 HP, and I imagine he doesn't even go for this at this point.
Yeah, he's out of it. He's got no kit to work with, no nades, got the AK, he'll have to save it. And NiP give FaZe equal treatment in round number 18 there. It's the Desert Eagle of Forest, which has been phenomenal in this tournament so far. 2 headshots delivered swiftly towards long A. That opens up the A bomb site. Carrigan had to kill at least 1 there for that round to be a possibility. Couldn't connect the shots, and Forest with 3. He'll actually hit 20 kills. 8 deaths, top of the scoreboard by far. This Guardian's been very quiet for FaZe. Haven't really seen that orb come to life as of yet. And NiP back in the driving seat here, but NiP does keep the AK-47. Incredibly skilled with that weapon. Potentially one of the best in the world. We'll see whether he can cause any damage here as we go into round number 19. It will be a force buy in response from what I can see.
There it is. I was wondering how comfortable he felt today. Yesterday he was rather flirtatious with our audience.
Look at it go. The second shot, you just think that's enough, but no, of course, he nails it.
And again, the impressive part too is immediately he says, okay, I've gotten the opening, I'm the closest to it, there's an M4, and runs straight under the balcony.
Yeah, perfect positioning. That's why he's a legend of the game. FaZe with 2 rifles here, 3 CZs, and have a round where I get a lot of danger here. Get right, spots 1 towards the long A position. Guardian will have to fall back, and it's a full commitment. I like this. It's assertive stuff, man. I think not giving anything away. Forrest with the wall bang. 5-on-3 situation once again. Carrigan the last line of defense on the A bomb site. Can he get anything done? Forrest is ravishing the entirety of FaZe Clan right now. He's having an absolute blinder of a game, and it will be Olaf Meister with the rifle. Once again, has to save. 5-on-1 situation. NiP are going to break FaZe at this point. They'll have to take a full eco when it's 12-7.
Full eco pending the M4 carried over. The 2 guns were left up. I thought there might have been a chance with smokes down if they could find a single pick before the bomb was planted, but they couldn't get anything. Forrest again with 3 kills. He leads the way, 23. Talk about the individual skill and numbers that FaZe puts up. That's pretty damn good from Forrest. And this round ends as we see it. They will pursue slightly. Head out toward long A. Good positioning from Olaf. He wins that duel, I'm sure, from this range. Got the stairs in front of him. They don't even need to take the fight. They'll hole up toward long. So 12-7 for NiP, and money in their favor. A chance to find 13.
Forrest once again with 3 magnificent kills. He steps up. He's going above and beyond for his team here. They need this opening map to have any chance of this best of 5. Certainly the underdogs in this matchup, but not looking like it right now. Forrest in this sort of form, he's contesting for one of the world's best. 3 more kills with him. And like I said, it should be the full eco at this point for FaZe. We have got Olaf Meister, who's got 1 M4A4, a smoke, a defuse kit, and the incendiaries. We head into round number 20 here.
They'll hold positions accordingly, and let's see exactly what FaZe wants to throw toward them. If it's 4 pistols, there's a chance they get aggressive. There's a chance they stack, so information key early on for NiP. Olaf with the 1 gun. Oh, he failed to jump the first time, which means he makes noise, but do they know he's trying to get above the smoke? He's got an angle, get right, I think sprays in. Deters Olaf's aggression immediately. As he falls back, Rez tries to find him, but he's gotten it behind the wall. Fast enough from Rez. Down goes Olaf, down goes the gun, down goes NiP as well.
What a shot from Rez. This tag team combo. The young blood with the old veteran, Forrest and Rez, is lighting up the scoreboard left, right, and center. Forrest will patrol towards middle, looking for a few more kills here. Spots 1 towards top of middle. Got it been easy to get both. There's the first, and Rain is cowering at the very top of middle here. He'll get 1 kill. But that should be it. The bomb will be planted any second now. And it's up to Rain to try and save the rifle.
So, save the rifle. 3rd round in a row. It's been a 1 versus... Okay, 4. I was going to say 4. 3. That's fine. Don't ruin my point, Rain.
Okay.
They have to save again. There is money built up from NiP's previous victories, though. With 4 and 5 players staying alive, respectively, they've got a bit of cash at their disposal, which means this time it logically makes sense that they would try and pursue the gun before they were ready to buy, to limit the utility, perhaps, for FaZe, but they've cost themselves 2 guns in doing so.
Well, he knows they're buying next round, so Rain is just trying to take everyone down with him at this point. Start whittling down at the economy for NiP. He goes in towards the side. Remember, no kit. Can't actually realistically win the round, but if he can find Rez here, he'll make things very, very expensive indeed. He'll go down. Rez, who is 3rd. Lovely stuff overall. Got a bit interesting there from Rain with some very crisp headshots. A sign of things to come perhaps as we enter the next gun round here. It's number 21, 13-7 overall. This second shot from Rez. Good lord. He's looking very precise today. And it's FaZe can remember, Matt, the force buys will damage a CT side economy. If you're not winning them, going forward, when you try and get the weaponry out once again, you're going to have to take compromises. This time, no AWP. Carrigan just in the FAMAS here. Guardian with no utility whatsoever. They've got one kip. NiP is such an advantage. And they're in touching distance of picking up the first map now.
Nico at the tree is waiting for anyone to walk in. Rain's gonna go for the shoulder and drop smoke. It'll be a right-click smoke directly in front of him to cover off the arch. Oh, not. I guess if he goes deep when being spotted, that works as well. He'll take advantage of the smoke to try and get in behind it if they want to push. There was a flash inside of it that indicated there was aggression, but there's no further movement from NiP on that side of the map. Instead, focus back toward, although contention for danger. The drop room should come into the play if they want to continue on down mid.
Nothing really at all for the CTs to hold NiP off at this point. 4 flashbangs, that's it. No AWP to hold the lines. We have got 3 players on the A side of the map, but look at Forrest. He starts to make his approach towards danger. He's got his teammate to back him up as well. Draken will go down, but Forrest should get the refrag here, waiting patiently for Rain to fall back.
And he will now. Forrest, oh, okay, good. Just barely got him. I thought he was going to look away as he started to move away from it, but Guardian gets the response immediately. They looked like they were going to have Get Right go down drop. They backed off from it after first contact at B, which didn't do much to hold, but now with a four-player 2-2 split, and no one immediately in rotation, they can isolate the site fast enough if they can find refrags. More importantly, if they can find Guardian. Good shot to take down exist. As Get Right continues on, Rez wants to be undetected as long as possible. He has the best chance to set the crossfire to find Guardian, or does he? Because Guardian oh my god, Get Right! That is old school as well. What a spray! As he transfers back over, he's got the bomb down, but it's only 6 HP to work with, and they're immediately on rotation. Bomb at least means money. That was, it's so fast. As Nico peeks out, head's not quite shown, X-ray misleading. He's toward cannons, it's a tough angle to play, and Nico's got the shot. It was always gonna go that way, but what an incredible transfer.
You're absolutely right, that's some vintage Get Right. At that point, unbelievable skill. That spray transfer of the AK-47, we saw a similar performance from Exist on Overpass earlier in the tournament, but that certainly had potential to be a 4-on-1 in favor of Get Right. Gets the bomb down there, and he keeps the money low for FaZe. Sure, he doesn't win the round, but it all contributes. Every kill counts, especially when you're up against a CT side. Let's have a look at this again. How beautiful was this? This is not easy, ladies and gentlemen. That is world class right there.
I think the first shot of Carrigan, he didn't even expect to hit, but he knew the immediate danger, but it was to his right, and as he swung, he hit the first headshot, because you saw him go back to the first target after he got the kill. Either way, that is unbelievable.
So sick. Well, still can't bring out the AWP. Get Right keeps them low. They do have a bit more utility this time, and Draken on the AWP. Plenty of money available for the Ninjas here. There is a gap in that smoke, so they'll wait at this point. They need to see if that smoke will be useful. If anyone decides to look towards the upper platform, Draken will be able to take them down.
One for the ages. 8 rounds FaZe. Money in their hands. 2 AKs carried over. And Hobbit hole covered off from Olaf. He'll wait for Nico to make the call from tree. If they play back wall where Rez is now, they won't be able to get the immediate shot. In fact, he goes early, and Draken's got the AWP lineup. Great read from NiP. Smoke's now down, will cover off the CTs at Rock, although I say that, and Nico, as always, wants to get aggressive. They bust the gap. Oh my, never mind the gap. Get Right was immediately aware as he walked in. Rez finds Carrigan over the wall, and this is all NiP. 5-2, make it 1. As it's just Rain left to find.
Clinical from NiP, not giving anything away there. Basic execution, 2 smokes down, flashbangs in. It's Rez throwing the Molotovs towards a tree position. The flashbangs were just perfectly thrown. FaZe had to fall back when they take the challenges to actually find some kills. Everything going in favor of NiP. It's Rez to open 2 things up again. Get Right and Draken chiming in. Draken especially with the AWP, and that's a full reset at this point. This is a full investment from FaZe. Rain has to save this weapon. A very similar situation we saw a couple of rounds back. He'll be heading towards top of middle, but he'll be greeted by Rez, and surely he'll be taken down here. Can he stay alive? Needs to keep the rifle. Not going to happen. NiP will take the scoreline to 14-8. Money's in the bin for FaZe. They have to force buy him out. They only get $1,400 per player. Pistols across the board, body armor, 1 kit. That's pretty much it. And Rez What an addition he's been to this roster, getting better and better every single day, it seems. Looking for match point. NiP should pick it up here. It'd be a disaster if they don't find it here in round number 23.
Yeah, Rez on another 20-kill game. Remarkable stuff. If anyone doubted his performance in the group stage, he's definitely backed that up. Draken's ready with the AWP. Great opening map so far from NiP. Long series, though.
Oh, yes.
And FaZe, we know, on LAN are 0-1. Okay, they haven't played it much. There's not much to go by on Cbble, so they're only going to get more comfortable as this goes on. They needed this. Within touching distance is Draken. Backs away. Nade thrown toward him. WP still looking inside of the site, but can't find the angle as they backed off. Watch close. Watch very close.
Here we go.
Straight in his face with a CZ flashed off, but he backs to the wall. If they're clever about it, they'll get a second set of eyes toward the bottom of middle, so if they try and retrade toward Guardian and they are prepared, secondary shot will land. Guardian is forced out by GetRight. Swings in, and Exist is ready. No one peeking.
Yeah, really nice Molotov that. Good teamwork. Alley-oop from Exist there. It's up to Forest now to find kills towards like backed up by Rez, but Rain! Another Deagle headshot here. FaZe coming out swinging with the pistols. They're not allowing NiP to get the match point easily as Carrigan with another frag with that CZ 4-on-2 situation. Carrigan starting to come to life. It's all down to Exist. Surely he can't do anything with this situation. Takes one towards the APC. He's got so much work to do here, but he has got time.
They were so timid to walk around the corner, Rez and Force. They didn't want to trip over each other's lines. And Olaf gets Exist in the back just when I said the first map was going well for NiP. That certainly does not help. They still have a bit of rounds, but they've given away the economic advantage and the potential map point.
That suddenly throws a spanner in the works. That was should have been a guaranteed match point there for NiP up against the CZs. They go down one by one. The golden rule of these Antiquas always had trade potential. Guardian shouldn't be allowed to get a CZ pick, especially in a position like middle with no refrag coming through. They brought it back to the 4-on-4, but Carrigan there with the CZ is doing great work, close range, and he denies it. Money back in favor for FaZe, and we'll take a pause on the NiP side just to work out what the next play is going to be. FaZe, one of the most tenacious teams we have within CSGO. It takes so much to just get over the finish line. And they show us what they're made of with the CZs. We do have a full buy for NiP, of course. The Orbs out once again. Starting to be whittled down now. We can see a UMP has been purchased for GetRight. 3 AKs, and still Guardian without the AWP, but he's shown us he's very capable with the rifle today.
Flash high for Rez early just to make sure that anyone running out toward the long position is deterred from doing so for a step or more so he can get positioned instead. It's a very common position, so some nades thrown in. Capping the smoke for Exist to try and cover off toward the long stairwell. No one therefore going up from FaZe side. Oh, Rez. Finds NiKo in the open as they continue to peek toward the corner. The smoke gone. Olaf does make up for it. Gets one back. Rez has to follow through. Rez is being isolated though. GetRight can't find the angle, but as Olaf trips over himself and goes back to the other side, he realizes the mistake he made because he made it a 2 versus 1 in the situation.
What?
Walk in. Rez on low HP finds Carrigan. And Rain and Guardian have to hold versus 4 players. Make that just Rain. Guardian down in the AWP. That was their best line of defense as they cut toward the bomb site. Draken, free plant. Rain backs off. This is money gone again. So 15 rounds achieved for NiP.
It's 2 more kills for Rez there. How has he got away with that at the upper platform? Down to 1 HP. Has the audacity just to face the upper platform. Somehow takes down Carrigan. And once again, the money completely ruined for the FaZe clan. It will be match point from Ninjas. Surely they're going to close this game out. They can't lose to the CZs once again. And they're trying to deny Rain the chance of saving the AK-47. How many times has he had to save now? Should be the 3rd. And if he can save the AK, they always have a chance. We saw what they're capable with. And they have those CZs. As we get into the next round, NiP, with a pause in the previous, managed to come towards that B side. Completely run over it once again. And FaZe look very uncomfortable here on Cobblestone. It's surprising they didn't veto this one.
Yeah, when you consider the statistics, I mean, again, it's tough to gauge. Yes, they've played it the least. I'm sure Yanko could go through it in more detail, but you'd have to consider who banned it versus them as opposed to them banning it in return. The fact that they've only played it once. It is an interesting thought, though. And they've still got so much depth that with 5 maps potentially to be played, they'll be all right. Yep. With Rez trading back on Rain, getting themselves closer.
We've got 1 rifle now, all off Meister with the Famous. NiKo trying to recover the AK-47, which is down on the platform. And I'd be aware that a prospect, they'll be trying to do anything they can to deny it. I think they're throwing grenades towards that position to blow it back. but it will be picked up by NiP.
Yeah, the smoke when it went down actually just gave it to him
Forest.
essentially. Yeah, walks in carelessly, no flash, nothing, no information. Olaf's got the angle. This brings it back to FaZe Clan's favor, and with NiP getting that AK-47 that they tried to get away from him and then smoked off for him, it makes things awkward, very awkward. Olaf's got all three. As he walk in, and Rez and Get Right go down as well. We're not done. This is going to go into double digits on both sides.
Yeah, NiP starting to crumble these really key points in the game. They have a chance to close it out, and they're facing choke points one by one. Forest, I have no idea when he's not smoking towards middle, he's not using a flashbang, at least having a teammate there for the trade. Draken with a chance there as one player boosts towards middle, but overall he should be going down here, and NiP needed to close it out there. FaZe certainly capable of getting back into this game, and the money will be okay for NiP the next round, especially if they save the orb, but that's very unlikely at this stage.
He is so scared right now. He knows they're going to face him eventually. Gets Guardian down. That'll give him some comfort behind, and now he can look down long A. Double peek potential. They'll wait. I think they're going to try and wait. Potentially with 19 seconds left, but NiP trades off Draken. And it is the 10th round for FaZe.
This is where NiP usually do their best work, Matt. Against these weak buys, they have great fundamentals, they smoke off everything, they flash together, they stay as a 5-man unit, but where has that gone? They've looked great in the gun rounds here. The 5-man unit performing off the scales here on Cobblestone is looking fantastic. But then when they up against the pistols, it seems like they panic a little bit, trying to close it out as quickly as they can. Forrest is thinking, if I find this kill or heard a footstep, that's going to be it. He gets taken down, gives FaZe an opening, and they'll always capitalize on those. NiP will be buying into the next round. Of course, they take a pause here, trying to work out the final piece of the puzzle. Have to avoid overtime here. If we get a 15-15, everything's reset. And he'd give the advantage towards FaZe at that point, considering this comeback. Round number 26, 15-10 overall. A few compromises on the NiP side. They've got one CZ for Exist. Get Right with the UMP, but we have got the Draken Orb, of course. Here we go. Guardian with his AWP for the first time really on the CT side.
They'll hold up with the AWP. Getting that smoke thrown with a massive gap. Exists the one with the pistol. This time, he didn't forget to buy. He just doesn't have the money.
Indeed.
Closer and closer. They get Rez alongside of Exist's position. A secondary smoke, even if Exist wanted to go and they found the trade kill with the rifle. It's not going to happen for at least another 15 seconds. Draken the op as well, just holding. Very patient from NiP, and they've been struggling. It's taken them 4 rounds to go from 13 to 15. And then some, because the money starts to fall apart as well. Exist needs to be the first one in. Common position for Olaf, hard to trade based on the fact that he has support as well. And Nico's actually perfectly positioned to get the shutdown before they even get that far. Good trade from Rez to find him instead, but they still have to identify as Olaf stays as quiet as he dare. But he is in the corner. Good shoulder peek from Forrest. That's one way to do it. Good recognition. Rain still has a lineup, but Get Right's going to wait to cut them off. And Kerrigan jumps up. Get Right has the angle. Down he goes. Draken's got the kill. We don't see it, but it doesn't matter. NiP has map 1.
A little bit dicey towards the end there, but NiP will come out on top. You can see FaZe was certainly not comfortable on Cobblestone. They had some great individual moments, lots of clutches going in their favors, but overall the unit looked weak. Not the same story for NiP. Their gun rounds were stellar. They managed to really hold it together. Apart from a few situations with the anti-ecos, that's where it seemed a little bit worrying for them. But overall, a good map and a great way to start this best of 5.
Incredible way to start it. Cobblestone had to go NiP's way. We've got a chance absolutely to go 5 maps. NiP's looking very alive. Forrest and Rez, you said those 2 names at the start of the series. They show up. What does FaZe have to offer? We know a lot, but can they find it fast enough? They'll take their respective breaks and get ready to join back in. We'll join our break and the desk.